Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what products I have started saving money on in my skincare routine. You know, skincare can get really expensive. We've got products out there that retail for upwards of $100, many of which I think are good. But sometimes I think you can go to the drugstore and drop $10 and you have a product that is just as good. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, is just kind of share with you where I'm spending the luxury price tag or the high-end price tag, and where I've decided, nah, I'm going to save some money. I just want to get out of the way really quickly body products, because I personally think that you can buy drugstore body products, body scrubs, body gels, all of this kind of thing, and save the money. I don't think the results differ, and I think that you can get just as good of a smell from brands like Soap and Glory, even the Ulta collection. But this is kind of my trickiest category, because I think that a lot of body products are an intentional splurge, and if that's the case, I respect it, I get it, but I don't think you need to do it unless you want to, if that makes sense. So getting into actual skincare, this is the Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel from Neutrogena. I think this is a fantastic product. I think that you do not necessarily need to spend a luxury price tag on your face wash. Neutrogena as a whole has a lot of really good options, but I think that when you're talking about cleansers, you know, some of these that are $60, you put them on your face and you wash them right off, and it just kind of feels like washing money down the drain. So if you can save here, why not? That's my personal stance on it, and I think this is a very good, very gentle cleanser. And as I've said in so many recent skincare videos, gentler cleansers turn out to be better. That was a hard to learn lesson if you like that super clean feeling. Oh, it was hard to learn. And kind of related to that, toner. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Water Essence. It kind of has a cult following for a good reason. This is a darn good toner. No idea why it's called an essence. It's a toner. You know, toners as a whole are kind of a little bit of an outdated idea, and yet they have a new benefit to them. We used to use toners to bring your skin back to the right pH. Back when we used to use really stripping cleansers, you needed to bring your skin back. You don't need to do that anymore. We don't really formulate cleansers that way, but you will see a benefit if you use a toner, and that's because you're rehydrating your skin. You're making it moist again so that the following skincare that you use already has a base for it to apply upon. But I really think you can save money here. This e.l.f. toner, it's pretty much all you need. Oh yeah, and relatedly, the Ordinary 7% glycolic acid toner, really great glycolic product. Good way to get some glycolic acid into your routine. If you enjoy products like that, this works. Another product that I buy at the drugstore and I absolutely swear by is micellar water. Now, this one is not one to which I am loyal. I will switch micellar waters pretty frequently, but this is the second I've used from the Yes To line. The last one was the Yes To tomatoes. But what I want to say about micellar water is that it's a very simple product, and if you have a skin type like mine, if you are at all acne prone, especially hormonal acne prone, switching out your morning cleanser for something that is much gentler might do wonders for your skin. I don't use this to remove makeup. I just use it as a morning cleanse. I just take a Shiseido cloth, pump it out onto this, and then wipe my face down, and I'm good to go. And I feel like, you know, as somebody with dry and acne prone skin, this is what my skin needs. That may not work for everybody. If you have a more oily skin type, you may need to cleanse thoroughly twice a day. But wow, does this work for me. I will never go back to twice a day cleansing. I want to go ahead and add the sunscreen that I use into this video. This is the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Face. I get a lot of questions from you guys asking, can you do a sunscreen review video? Why don't you talk more about sunscreens? Do you even wear sunscreen? Yes, I do, and this is the only sunscreen that I used up until a couple months. We'll get to that in a second. My problem with sunscreen is that chemical sunscreen often burns my skin. It's often very painful for me. I do not like to use it. I will sometimes use it in a foundation. It's in a lot of drugstore foundations. It's in a lot of foundations. But what I will do is use some type of a silicone primer. Why wasn't that word coming to me sooner? I will use a silicone primer and create a kind of barrier. But when you're talking about just applying a sunscreen, this is what I use. It is titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which are both mineral forms of sunscreen. It works for me. It's an SPF of 50. It's kind of pricey for the amount that you get, but it lasts a long time. You know, again, Neutrogena is a brand that I come back to really quite often. I think Neutrogena is a good brand. I did want to throw this in though. This is the Complexion Rescue Defense from Bareminerals. This is not particularly a cheap product, but it's kind of a little more of an in-between. There's a con with this, and that is that your skin will be completely white after you apply it. So I follow with some kind of a tinted powder. This one is less intense in that aspect, but that's because it is an SPF of 30. So there's the Bareminerals, which has a little bit more of a tint to it, and that is the Neutrogena. So, you know, again, when you have a skin type like mine where chemical sunscreens do irritate your skin, it's a little bit of a tough game. So here's kind of a mid-range option that I think is less intense on the skin. So this is gonna come down to what you can deal with. If you're okay with that real white cast, you know, if you've got ways to deal with it, this is good. It'll work. This is a step up, but it's also more expensive. For the record, I know a lot of people get so funny about sunscreen, and it's such a personal choice, but for me, an SPF of 30 is all I need. Oh, I should mention this is the shade Soft Radiance. So that was kind of a good example of where I'm moving to next. I want to talk about these kind of in-betweens. Let me start with this acne treatment. So the Mario Badescu drying lotion is something I reviewed over a year ago, and I really enjoyed this. This is great for those of you that also have my skin type where you're acne prone, but it's not severe acne. I've never had severe acne, just basic hormonal acne. I purchased the Kate Somerville Eradicate, which was more expensive, and I went right back to this. This is fine, but I don't see a difference. So, you know, you can save, I believe it's about a $10 savings right here, and this lasts for so long. This is an $18 product that is very worth the money. You're really just relying on sulfur to help clear up your skin with those types of products, and it works wonderfully. There's other sulfur options on the market, but I think that is a quick, easy, no fuss, done. You just have to go to bed with pink dots on your face. That's it. I want to throw in the only tea tree oil that we use in this household. This is the Body Shop's. I don't think you need another tea tree. This one is at a 10% concentration, which is perfect. You do not want to buy your tea tree oil at too high of a concentration because it can be really harsh on your skin. But it works very effectively. It is antimicrobial, antibacterial, and it will help you if you have pretty, I would say, more mild acne. I'm not the one that uses this as frequently in this household. My fiance is the one who goes through probably a bottle of this every 6 months, and I buy it because I'm better at shopping for beauty deals. Y'all know that. But it's a good product. I do use it from time to time, but I think that I feel like this is more for mild acne, whereas a sulfur treatment is more for moderate. And then I've got some K-Beauty products where I think you can cut some corners. K-Beauty products are often much less expensive than what we have in the United States. So y'all know I swore by the Emma Hardy Amazing Face Moringa Cleansing Balm for the longest time. This is new to me, but it came very highly recommended. It's the Vanilla Clean It Zero. Fantastic. Now, this is not as enjoyable to use as the Emma Hardy, but it works just as well. I think that when it comes to makeup remover, I do not think that the dirt cheap options at the drugstore work. I still use Lancome's by Facile or Clinique's or Estee Lauder has one. These dual phase, I already shook it. These dual phase makeup removers are good for getting off the last of your especially mascara or eyeshadow. But something like this, it gets off almost everything. I'm going to add in, if you feel like your skincare routine is missing something, you might want to try an essence, and there are a lot of good options from K-Beauty brands. The one that I use is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. This is great for increasing hydration, for preventing breakouts. It's not expensive. It is slimy though, probably because it's snail mucin. That's what it is. You know, I recognize that this is not a product for everybody, but if you are not weirded out by that, then it's a great product. And I also want to go ahead and throw in primer. I think that primer usually is more frequently seen in, you know, a makeup video, but I think a lot of primers on the market are starting to incorporate skincare benefits, like the Tatcha primer, the Bobbi Brown primer. That's not new at all, but they incorporate skincare benefits, and I think that there are some pretty darn good primers at the drugstore that also are incorporating skincare benefits, like the Flower Supernova Celestial. Oh no, my words are getting mixed up. Such a fantastic primer, does have a lot of skincare benefits in it as well. And then my very last product in this range is oils. You know, this is a weird category because I don't want to sit here and pretend that I haven't seen real benefits in using insanely expensive oils. I have, but I also feel like it's not a big difference to step down to the ordinary. Lately, I've been using The Ordinary's 100% cold pressed virgin marula oil. With this one, I don't see a big difference between this and the Drunk Elephant. I also use the Physicians Formula Argan Oil. Don't see a huge difference between that and Josie Marin. I see more difference there than with this and Drunk Elephant, actually. But The Ordinary has a wide variety of oils to choose from, and they're all nice. Yes, this is nicer, but it's also, you know, at this point, I think it's $70 more. That's a lot, Tata Harper. Your prices just keep going up. And my very last products for this kind of in-between are going to be masks. I think that I really haven't ever fallen in love with the drugstore mask. But in all fairness, I've hated a lot of high-end masks. Glam Glow. I think there's a lot of good, especially this type of charcoal-based mask that you can get for around $18, around $20, and I think the extra $10 is well worth it. Now, I've also purchased some in the $60 range, and I don't think that was worth it. I think that was money wasted. So with mud masks, I think you can definitely go more in the mid-range region, but masks are tricky because I do prefer my high-end masks when you're talking about a hydrating mask. I think that if your concern is anti-aging or hydration levels, you might benefit from spending a little more money in this category. And I think what it comes down to with masks is that it's not difficult to formulate something like a mud mask, whereas anti-aging, hydration, those concerns typically need more expensive ingredients. And then finally, what I am splurging on. I will never stop splurging on this particular product. This is the Murad Acne Clearing Solution, my second bottle of this. I have a lot of anti-acne products that I'm talking about in this video, but this is one where if I take it out, I notice a difference. I will start having a lot more breakouts if I'm not using this. This is a simple product. It's a 0.5% salicylic acid solution, but it works for me. And you know how that is. When you find a good product, you stick with it. And then I splurge on serums. I have been using the Retinol Fusion PM from Peter Thomas Roth for over a year at this point. Fantastic, fantastic night serum. I use the Clinique Repair Wear during the day. I've also been using this Love is Derma though. I gotta say, this is a really good serum. All right, so I've got 3 products left to talk about. Let me say moisturizers first. This is also tricky because I think there are some good moisturizers depending on your skin type at the drugstore, but for me personally, I splurge on moisturizers since I have dry skin. You know, I really fell in love with the Total Moisture Facial Cream from Benefit. I know this one isn't for everybody, and I know it's a great way to ostracize myself from the skincare community. It's in a jar and it has fragrance, but I think it was a great cream. And what I really liked about this is that this knocked out my day and night needs. One that I had previously been using and I will not repurchase is the Origins High Potency Nitamins. It took me too long to realize this was breaking my skin out, way too long. And it's funny because I think that with this one, it was the fragrance since it's very, very intense in this product. Woo, this is scented. The other one, not so much. It's there, but not to the same kind of levels. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have found any drugstore skincare products that have replaced your high-end products. If you found this video helpful, please do make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube.